Christine,
Hey there.
hey, how you
Um,
doing?
I'm doing okay. This is my first time on your call. I just discovered your videos. A friend passed along some. And Yeah, wow, really resonate and relate to
Awesome.
everything that's been talked about today.
Yeah. You tracked
And
with it?
I, what?
You tracked with
Yeah,
it today? Yeah.
definitely. I
Yep.
think in what your approach is, there's something new there. And so I feel
Mm,
really excited about that.
mm,
But
mm.
who feels excited? But then I
You
found
do.
myself, I
You
know,
do.
right? I found the mind, whatever, like drifting off. Like I feel so language is so hard.
It's okay.
Um
Just speak. It's okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been so much intense suffering and just
Yeah.
all the stories, all the stuff, and
Yeah.
just so much.
Yep.
And and today I woke up, I just felt terrible and just in fear and
Mm,
all this again seeming life stuff. And
mm.
what is what seems real is that, again, as the other two people here have said, is just conceptually get all of it. I really do understand it. It makes total sense.
Yep.
And it's like what's missing, what I guess what's missing is the what's there instead. Like when I get to that place where I can
Yep.
know what's not true, like,
Yep.
and then there's just nothing. I think there's just all this fear, like, well, there's nothing.
Yeah.
If
No,
I
there's
don't have
not.
the story,
Yeah.
I don't
I
have
know.
Christine,
Yeah.
yeah, then there's nothing.
Look,
Um,
just on that, just there, just for a second.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Try and understand the difference. Okay. I would say it's no thing, but I would never call it nothing. It's responsible for all. We're going to call that
Mhm.
nothing.
Hmm.
It's responsible for all. The fact that you can see, hear, taste, touch, smell right now. I wouldn't call that nothing. Even thoughts, right? If you've identified, thoughts just happen, right?
Mhm.
And if you've also identified you're not the thinker, I'm assuming you have, yeah? Yeah. Doesn't it beg the question, who or what's doing the thinking? What are we going to say? Nothing?
Mhm.
I don't think so. Yeah. But it's no thing. See, if it's one and whole and is everything, it's all knowing, it's all knowledge, and it's not made of parts, then it's responsible for all. Where do you think these thoughts are coming from? When you go to sleep in a sleeping dream, right? Dream that, who the fuck is creating that?
Mhm.
Like what? It's not you, right? Just, yeah. The same as you're walking around and we believe we're awake, we're walking around, yeah. So all this stuff that's going on in here, yeah. Who the hell's responsible for that? Certainly not the me, because all the stuff that's going on in here is about the me. Yeah. So, but I understand that there can be a bit of fear around that, but I think that's, you know, depends who you
I
listen
don't
to.
even know if that's all of it. I mean,
Mm,
so much of it feels like it's not about anything. There's just fear. There's just,
yeah,
and it's not just, I mean, it's like terror. Like sometimes, like there's just
yeah,
middle of the night shit that's,
yep,
and life stuff and health things and,
yep,
I mean, like whole world imploding seemingly again,
yep, yep,
um,
yep,
all that. And then
yep,
just not knowing how to even orient, how to operate, how to,
yep,
um, yeah, it feels just shit, like you said, like shit. And then just
yep,
plugging along, doing the next thing, chipping
yep,
away, you know, and doing work with another teacher, you know, doing all this stuff. And it's like, and one of the other really difficult things is it feels like there's nothing else. Like, it's just,
Yeah, bummer
there's
about
such
that.
grief.
I know.
Yeah.
Bummer about that. That's how I
Yeah.
was too. And I was like, just especially when you like, but it still
Yeah.
feels like I'm here. Yeah. Plus,
Yes.
you have no choice over any of this that's happening. None.
Right.
Yep, no choice. This is
No
just what's
choice.
happening. No choice. This is
Yeah.
just what's happening. And it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. What you're experiencing is a bad dream. That's all. I can promise you that. That's all that's happening. Yeah. You're asleep on a couch somewhere and you're having a bad dream, and I'm awake and I'm looking over at you. You're laying down on a couch and you're thrashing, you're crying out and you're crying, and I can see. Yeah. I've got two choices there. I have two choices. I could sit back and go, yep, she's just having a bad dream. Looks like a bad one too. It's a nightmare. It doesn't matter, because as soon as she wakes up, she'll realize that and it'll all be over. I could do that, which would be still true. I could do that. Or I could come over to you and be whispering in your ear saying, hey, come on, Christine, you're just dreaming, honey. This is just a dream. Wake up, wake up. It's just a dream. That's what's happening now. That's exactly what's happening now. Yeah, because everything that's going on for you, yeah, is happening in here.
Yeah.
And you're not even doing it. You're not even doing it. Yeah. But
Right.
you're so close to it, love. You're so close to it. You need to try and at least start to separate yourself out from it. Be the observer of it as opposed to the victim of it. Observing it. Yeah. And you can only observe it from now, from here, from here. Yeah. You can see that, right? Yeah. It's a mouse. You're observing it from there, now, here. You're observing it. Do you understand? Yeah. We do the same with this. Look, anything you can be aware of can't be you. Anything you can be aware of can't be you. You're aware of that, right? It's a mouse.
Yes.
Yeah. You're aware of
Yes.
that. Is that you?
No.
Why not? But you're right, but why not? Why can't that be you?
Because I'm observing it.
You're
I
aware
can
of it,
see it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you aware of thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Are you aware of the body?
Yep.
Can't be you.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be. Logic can't be. Just your whole life, like I've been saying earlier, you've been taking this that is aware to be Christine. Christine's not aware. Christine is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's where Christine is. Because if we remove that with amnesia, Christine disappears. What problem would you now have? Other than, I can't remember my name.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal. Compared to all the stuff that ordinarily goes on in here, right? That'd be your only problem. I can't remember my name. And if I've got family and I've got kids, because that you're not attached to anything, you'd just be, all that would stop. And all we would have done is create amnesia in you. And if we did that, would it still be Christine sitting here? Amnesia. Would it still be Christine sitting here?
Mm.
Something would remain though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This something that remains, yeah, this something that remains is that's being sought. And it's also that the mind has been calling Christine your whole life. And it's not. It's you that wakes from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not in there. It's not about you. It's all about itself. What goes on in the mind is all about itself, and it triggers other thoughts, and other thoughts get triggered, and round and round and round, round it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a thought pattern in there of a Christine, and there's other stories about a Christine, and still thoughts. The whole show. It's not about you that's here with me now. It's just not. Now I can tell you that, and somehow I need to try and get you to see that. Yeah, or you need to come to see that. You're just a bit close to it. You're just a bit close to the mind, almost like you're in it, or like I was saying before,
Mm-hmm.
if we're really close to the mind, like we wear it like a skin,
Mm-hmm.
and we become it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, you got to start. Can a thought be aware? Some basic question. Can a thought be aware? Can it? Oh,
No.
how many points of awareness do you experience? One. And it's here. Here. You're aware here. So you're aware of the mind. Going, grrr, grrr. I know what it's like, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So when you say you have to try and, step back from it or not be so attached to it, it's like, well, who's doing that? Like
That speaking to.
what?
You said who's doing that? Who is it that would be stepping back? Who is it
Yeah,
that
because
would be
there's
coming to
there's
see? That I'm speaking to. Who else?
right. There's no because
Who?
there's no one else. There's nothing else.
Correct.
The rest is just thoughts.
Correct. Good. Now, come to know that. Know it. I'm not speaking to Christine. You understand that, right? It
Yeah.
would be a waste of it would be a waste of, I'm not going to sit here speak to the mind. I'm speaking to you that can see me and can hear me. You that is aware of me sitting here with you. I'm speaking to that. I'm speaking to that is aware. You're just taking this awareness has been taking itself to be this.
Mm.
So it's the awareness or the consciousness that I'm trying to awaken.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're having a bad dream, sleeping dream, when you're having a bad dream, right? When you're in it, it's like, when are you free from it?
Well, the only time now it seems like mostly when I'm asleep. And even then that's not peaceful. Oh.
I didn't make myself clear. When are you free from the sleeping dream? When you are asleep. When do you become free of that nightmare of a sleeping dream that you're having? When do you become free of that?
I don't know.
When you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Then you realize, don't you? It's then that you realize, oh, it was a dream. But whilst you're in the dream, experiencing the dream, it can feel fucking awful. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening. That's all.
Okay.
And I'm trying to reach you. I'm trying to whisper in your ear. Hey, Christine, Christine. Yeah, yeah. That's all that's happening. That's why this state, this apparent human state, is referred to as a dream. It's referred to as the waking dream. And it operates the same as the sleeping dream.
The mind just wants to know why. That's just a constant question about this whole thing. Is like,
I know, but the reason the mind wants to know why is because the mind is taking a position of being, as Christina, being a victim. And this is fucked. It shouldn't be like this. Why is it like this?
right.
It's just this doing that again.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
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 The why, you will come to know.
Okay.
I promise you that. You'll know. I promise you will come to know. You'll understand why. Yeah. But while you're still taking yourself to be the character and the mind is trying to work out why, you'll never know. Because that character can't know and the mind can't know. Can't get it. It can't, because the mind is dualistic. That's where the duality is. In here. There's no duality here. Here, there's no duality. This creates duality. Oh, I'm on the non-dual path. Well, it's right here. Here you are. Non-dual is here. And it's only this saying otherwise. Isn't it? Isn't it? I haven't got it yet. When am I going to get it?
Yeah, I know. It's
I
like I
want
don't
this
want any more information either. I don't want any more knowledge. I just
yeah. Good. So now we just go to direct experience. That's what I try and do with you. What's happening here now? What's happening?
Happening here now.
Yeah. What is the me? What is it?
Yeah. What is it?
What is it? Yeah.
Yep.
What is it? It's a mind construct that is somewhere around the age of 2. Yeah. Mind started hijacking this presence, this beingness, this awareness, this consciousness, and started calling it me. And it's just been added to and added to and added to and added. And then we get to here as adults and we're firmly entrenched in it. We believe that me is here and I can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, I can feel. And it's rubbish. Because this, the can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell, feel, and is conscious and aware, was there before the mind. You didn't have any thinking, language thinking, when you were 3 months old, 6 months old. Nothing. The me hadn't even come online yet.
Yeah, I was with my son, my grown son today. We had breakfast. I was thinking about him as a baby.
Yeah.
Because hearing you say that on a video yesterday.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like can see like him as this solid thing now, this solid person, and remembering that. I mean, of course, like I wasn't inside his head, just like I wasn't inside my, in that way to know exactly what's happening as that it's forming. But yeah, wishing I could go back, unwind that for him too.
But without this, there's no experience. You would literally just be sitting there. Yes, the senses would be wide open. They would. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling would be wide open. But you'd be sitting there with a slack jaw, probably dribbling, and just staring into space. Without that. Because without that,
just go awry, like it go that just like
without it, what would you know?
Right.
What would you know? If all the internal dialogue right now turned to Chinese, what would you know? Would you know that's a laptop in front of you or a phone in front of you? If all that turned to Chinese and you're looking out there, right, and it all turned to Chinese, would you know that's a building? Would you know that's a tree? Would you know that's a phone? Would you know that's a ceiling? Would you know that's a floor? Would you know that's a table? If it all turned to Chinese, all of it, all of the internal dialogue, all of it. Now, what would you know? would you know? You wouldn't know shit.
Right.
You wouldn't know shit.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's necessary, but you know, when you come to see, this then gets used as a tool, just like seeing gets used as a tool.
Mm.
You know, bump into things. It gets used as a tool. Hearing gets used as a tool. Tasting, touching, smelling gets used as a tool. Thoughts now get used as a tool. It makes a horrible master. This makes an awful master, but the most exquisite, beautiful servant you could ever imagine.
Mm.
Yeah. All we got to do is wake up from the dream. The dream stops. Then you find yourself here. Oh.
Mm.
And it's not nothing. Imagine you're asleep in a sleeping dream, and I come to your character in the sleeping dream, and I'm trying to encourage you to wake up. I'm literally trying to encourage you to wake up. You know, oh, but that'll be nothing. Like, this is all I know. This in the sleeping dream, right? This is all I know. And I'm trying to encourage you to let go and wake up. And you ask me, what will it be like? I said, be nothing like this. Oh, I don't know if I want that. It's almost like the devil we know is better than the devil we don't, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
But not at this point. No, there's no going back. It's
Yeah,
just
good.
way.
So this idea of nothing
Not
or
doing
void,
anything.
I'll finish with this, yeah. This idea of nothing or void or emptiness is rubbish. Okay? It's not true. Let me rephrase that. It is true, but only in relation to the personal character. But to you, not the personal character, but to you, it's the source of everything. And thou art that.
So how do you rest in that? Like
You don't. It just happens.
Okay.
What you got to do first, is you got to get distance from this. That's the first thing you have to do. Yeah. You have to start to get some distance from it. You'll get so much distance from it that after, a moment, you'll start to laugh at what it's saying. Now you know you got distance because you see here and you see the absurdity of what goes on in there. And that it's got nothing to do with you that's witnessing it. Do you understand? Nothing to do with you. It's just a crazy shit show going on in there. Nothing to do with you. Yeah. You're here.
It's a different approach, and I appreciate it, because there is this sense that with some other teachers, it's like it's about the work, it's the meditation, it's the practices, it's this, and at a certain point, I'm just so exhausted. Like I it does feel like there is, and maybe that's the point, you just keep doing it until you just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, but
But I guess,
here's the problem with doing the work, doing the meditation and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Does anybody ever pause and ask who's doing it?
yeah. Right.
Because people say to me often, should I meditate? I say, well, it depends how you're going about it. Well, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to be calm, I'm breathing, I'm trying to quieten the mind down. I go, if you're doing it that way, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, I don't do that, but yeah.
Doesn't work. Yeah. So
Just
if you're
the
going to
inquiry,
meditate, meditate on the meditator.
Who
the fuck's sitting here meditating? That's what you want to be looking at. Where am I? Where? She's gone. But where am I?
Yeah.
And then there's this crazy fucking mind going on, which is not you, by the way. Yeah. And you'll understand why it was doing what it was doing later. You don't have to worry about that. All you've got to do is undo this idea of there being a personal self there.
Okay.
And to do that, you have to understand how this bloody thing works. And I'm not talking about getting involved in the content.
Yeah.
Don't do that because you're just back in there again. Yeah? You have to
Mm-hmm.
understand that duality is here. And if there's such a place as non-dual, then it must be here because there's no thoughts happening here. I can't see a thought floating by in front of me. Can you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no thoughts happening here. Here it's clean. It's clean here. And this is where you live. Here. Here. This is where life happens.
Mm-hmm.
We fall into here and go, oh, it's this and it's that. And that's the dream.
Mm-hmm.
You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes. In relation to your question, I would say, no, not yet. Don't try and work out a way of falling into the non-dual or residing as nothing, or don't do that shit because it'll be a me trying to do it. Yeah. So we've got to unravel the me first. Have to. It's funny, like I said, I'll finish this one. Right. We're on this path and we're trying to find true self, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell does that say about current self trying to find true self?
Mm-hmm. Right. I don't care about any of it. I mean, I've never been one of these like not seeking it for any egoic way. It's just I stumbled into this as a way to like relieve suffering, like because it doesn't feel like there's
I
anything
know,
ose anymore.
I
Like
know.
you realize, like once you wake up and you realize like you can't find what you're looking for in all the old things, work, people, all the stuff that used to fill
Yeah,
that seemingly fill that hole temporarily.
yeah,
Once you really see that that's not where it's at, there's no other
yeah,
option. Like
yeah. This is
there's
it.
nothing else to do. This is
This
it.
is it. Okay, so fasten your seatbelt and you're going to go up and down. You're just going to go up and down for a
Have
moment.
been, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's just part of the course. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. You just got to stay on it. Just stay on it. Yeah. And
Okay.
look, what I said to you a moment ago, I don't know if you really truly grab the significance of it. We're all trying to find true self. What does that say about the self that's trying to find true self?
Right.
It can't be true.
Right.
Come on,
Because it's
that's
already
yes,
here. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
I do sense
yeah,
that. I do
good,
feel that. It just
good.
feels like, yeah, there's just all this shit in the way.
I know, and it's okay. It's the only thing in the way is this.
And
They're
even
just
that, like,
thoughts.
the other teacher's like, well, it's all self. Everything is the self. And I want to go, well, okay,
No, that's too advanced.
why?
That's bullshit. No, you first got to understand what the me is. Otherwise, you'll get mixed up. You'll get confused because the messages that you're getting are contradictory.
Right.
It's all self. Yeah, but there's no self. And I mean, fuck. Let's work out what false self is first.
Mm-hmm.
When you fully see that, guess what it is that would see that?
Mm-hmm.
True self. It could only be true self that could see the absolute false. So
Mm-hmm.
we've got to do that. And there's a chipping away process that kind of happens in doing that and seeing that. Yeah. Keep coming
Okay.
back here on Sunday. Organize a one-on-one with me or something. But
Yeah.
you're right. When you're kind of as far as you are, there's no going back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so accept that. It's going to be a bit like this, going to be a bit up and down. Accept that. Yeah. But let's look. Just
Okay.
we'll just look. We'll just keep looking. Yeah. You're okay.
Okay.
I know it feels like shit. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also know that what I thought when I thought I was feeling like shit and so on and so forth, I also now know all of that was imagined.
Mm.
All of it. But it felt real.
Yeah.
It felt real, you know. So I'm just saying that's what you come to see. Eventually you come to say, oh shit, that was all imagined. But until you see that, it feels damn all real.
Mm.
Yeah? So I'm acknowledging that. Like I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hang in there. You're okay. Stop taking this personally. For God's sake. Start viewing it out of curiosity. Yeah. Just okay. So now it's saying that. Like just start to get some, because you can't change it. You can't stop it. Then you might as well start witnessing it and just start to step back from it. Yeah.